Hey, this is Jeff. I play guitar in Dillinger Escape Plan.
Greg, I sing in the Dillinger Escape Plan, and you are listening to Stubble, New Growth in Music.
Stubble,
or
hanging out
music.
the Vans Warped Tour with...
I'm Jeff as well, from the Dillinger Escape Plan.
Jeff as well?
Jeff as well.
Jeff as well, it's my name.
That's awesome.
I'm Greg, I'm also in the Dillinger Escape Plan.
Tell us the myth and legend that is Dillinger Escape Plan.
The myth?
I
The myth?
don't know.
The myth about Dillinger Escape Plan
The myth
is that we all have gigantic penises.
The legend.
But the true story is that gigantic doesn't even begin to describe it.
Wow.
That's the truth.
That's when myth becomes legend.
Would we be able to have a first on Stubble TV and actually see this gigantic penis?
Ever happened.
Have it maybe cast,
Well,
maybe?
Stubble TV would be the place for it though, man.
I got some stubble down there for sure.
Well, I mean, I guess by myth you mean like the origin of it or whatever. We started about 12 years ago or so, and I mean, just kind of like I have gone through a million lineup changes. We've been around way longer than anyone thinks we've been around. As far as the whatever myth or legend goes, I'm not really sure, but I know this band has generated a lot of hype over time and a lot of weird kind of like I don't want to say like an enigmatic quality, but there is like some sort of thing that I've noticed that people, that we have some kind of thing around us that people seem to latch onto, which keeps us, as like a pretty solid-sized cult band, so to speak, and repels a lot of people that would, be
It's the force, man.
turned off by, So yeah,
He always calls our music dork repellent.
dork repellent,
which is pretty-
poser repellent.
It was packed out there.
We just got back from Europe and we played festivals with like Aerosmith and Slash and stuff. It's pretty insane because you can be sitting right next to like someone who's just so massive that you feel like you have to start, you're like, it's like your little kid.
Well, they unapproachable?
You know what, man?
Some
Some
of
of them are really, really cool. I haven't run into anyone that was a dick. I mean, the biggest people are usually the coolest people, generally speaking.
That's cool.
Literally for about, for seriously 3 hours, Lemmy was playing pinball right outside of our dressing room.
All right, I'll have to ask a question then. So if you met Lemmy from Motorhead, would you do speed with him?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
You kind of have to.
I'd probably do speed with you right now
If you laid it out
Anthony, close the
there.
door.
But
Give me your pipe.
But no, yeah, I think the bigger people are, the more comfortable they are. Or maybe not the bigger, but the longer they've been around, they become comfortable with their size. And it's like people like Slash and Billy Idol and Joe Perry and Steven Tyler were way cooler. And I mean, there's a lot of bands who are young that just have such an ego about them because they feel insecure about their position in things. They need to self-validate that there's somebody.
Well, didn't Steven Tyler freak out again and he got fired and now he's back in the band?
I don't know.
That's preposterous. You can't fire Steven Tyler. It's his band. Or I think that what it was is that their egos just got out of. From what I understand behind the scenes is that everyone else in that band is along for the ride except for Joe Perry and Steven Tyler, and those two are just colossal egomaniacs.
Yeah.
And not necessarily in a bad way, but in a way that it's like, this is my band, no fuck you, this is my band type of thing. And then every now and then
Every now and then, Steven Tyler just goes.
I think he talks in bebop.
Shabba-dabba-doo.
Skibbity-dip. Him and David Lee Roth get together and call one another. It's like skibbity-dip.
Every once in a while, Joey Kramer stands up from behind the drums and is like, "Yo, Steven, I think," and then Steven just goes, "Beam, bam, boom, boom," and then he's like, "All right, I'll sit down, I'll just play the drums."
But
Right.
So what's up with Dillinger, man? What do you guys got going on? You got a new album coming out?
Well, we just put a record out in March, and I guess it's called Option Paralysis. It's like our fourth full length, I think, maybe.
Yep.
Fourth full length, and I don't know, it's been doing really well. It's been really well received. It's our favorite record that we've ever done. The only record that when we went back and listened to it, we didn't nitpick it to death or half a million things we would have changed. This is the first time we've had a stable lineup in the band for maybe ever. And things are really good right now. We just started this Warped Tour.
Weren't people getting hurt and shit, just being in the band, and it's like
Man.
used
I mean,
to.
I've got
You went to the
my
hospital
fingers
yesterday,
filleted.
man.
I had to go to the hospital yesterday. I have a fake tooth. I have scars everywhere. I mean, that's not what it's about. It just happens.
I know.
It happens to me more than anyone because I don't have a fucking sharp piece of wood in my hand that I'm running around the stage with. Jeff?
That's a
Or
good thing.
in the crowd with.
Yeah.
It's like I'm having a meat skewer that's 4 feet long that you just run around with, and it happens to be because I'm shorter that the tip of their guitars is right at my face, so it's always
It was a pretty energetic show.
yeah, I mean that's kind of the way we've converted people throughout time. It's just we've toured our asses off forever. Like we're one of those bands that just tours and tours and tours. It's really, it's the only way I think for people to get into us is for them to attach some type of chaotic visual to it,
Well, yeah, you guys seem to be, there's at least a few metal bands on the tour.
Yeah, this is the heaviest Warped Tour, probably.
It is. I mean, the Altec Lansing stage is pretty much constant barrage of breakdowns.
It's pretty insane up there. That and that right next door is the old school stage. You guys seen any of that?
Yeah,
Casualties?
I was gonna say
that's coming up soon, right?
we are definitely not the old timers on this tour.
GBH.
Yeah, that's like they're in a row. I think
GBH
Dickies
fucking
and
tore it up
Casualties.
yesterday. It was awesome.
Well, how long did it take you guys to break?
It just became noticeable that we had a lot of fans, and it was like I remember playing for 100 people and thinking that it was packed and there was a shit ton of people, And then I remember the first time we ever played to 300 people, I was like, holy shit, this is insane, And then over time, you just don't really notice because we pick up 5 people here, 10 people there, 10 people over there, and we never go overwhelmingly well in environments like this. We never kill it at like an Ozfest or a Warped Tour or something because we're kind of never really fit in, but we just get stragglers from all these places, and then within the last couple of years, it's kind of just been like, whoa, shit, there's a lot of people coming to our shows everywhere, whether it's Europe or Australia or here. But we've never had like some gigantic song or like a big tour that we did that broke us or something like that. It's just, and that to me makes our fans more valuable because it means that we're retaining old people and getting the cream of the crop of new people instead of just having like a onslaught of kids to where it becomes almost like a trend instead of they don't even know why they're there. You see kids at some shows where they don't really like it. They're just there because that's the social event of the evening for the high school or something.
Yeah, what was it? The last Mayhem, everybody was singing "Job for a Cowboy." It's like the music stopped and all these people were singing. I'm like, well, I've kind of listened to that album. I don't even know the fucking words. I tried to follow it with singing it and I can't. These kids were singing it, so I think it's time. Extreme music just seems to be blowing up and becoming
really
more
does,
mainstream.
It is. But it's it's also trends like this seem to come and go, so it's debatable how long this deathcore fad is gonna last.
It'll go because you'll like the 1 or 2 bands that kind of came out with it, and then you'll have all the 30 or something that sound exactly like it. It's just you just never pick them up.
Because a lot of those deathcore bands are already kind of being pushed aside by the the heavy bands that do the dance breakdowns.
Yep.
That's
in
the
the
new
middle
thing,
of it, and that's like the new trend.
Yep.
So it's just one thing that is replaced by the other. But luckily I think we've weathered so many different
We've weathered a lot
of different trends, man, and I think that's the greatest thing that we have for us.
If you do something true and honest and maintain a high level of quality control, you're always going to have an audience.
I never know what to expect anytime I put on one of your CDs. I think
Thanks.
well, you guys thinking about putting on masks or makeup to get a broader
Put
appeal?
a youth mask on. A handsome mask and a youth mask. Just even though you're young, handsome.
If by mask you mean I'm gonna put some pantyhose on my face and rob a liquor store so
If
I
by mask
can
you mean
pay
I'm
my
gonna put a-
bills this month. Then
Put
yeah.
a Rocky Dennis mask on.
So
A mask. I'm gonna wear a mask.
Oh, okay.
Can they make those? You lean to the side. My tumor's so heavy.
Ooh. But I say, man, those bands are smart because if Guar, for example, is fucking like old. Those guys are old, and you'll never know because they really look exactly the same as they did when they're 25.
They're kind of crazy. Lordy is a complete joke, but dude, out of Santa Cruz, there's a crazy death metal band called A Band of Orcs.
A band of orcs.
They dress like orcs.
You're for real.
And then look and we went and interviewed them, walked in. They're not signed or anything.
That's
You walk in, you're like,
rad.
dude, they look like it's like Hollywood style orcs, and they come out.
I'm backing it right away. I'm on record as backing a
Did they
band of
sing
orcs.
about Lord of the Rings?
We're not sure what they sing about. It's just kind of grunt.
That's right.
I haven't looked it up. It's
I need to see this
Into the Maelstrom. Into the Maelstrom. They talk like that when you interview them.
They did an interview in character.
Oh yeah, they don't do it any other way. Yeah.
That's really cool.
That's all I got, man. You got anything you want to say to the vast audience that is Stubble?
Shit, man, if there's anyone out there who cares or knows who we are, just thanks for, whether you're a new fan or an old fan, it means a lot. And if you don't know who we are, go
fuck
time
yourself.
in your day.
Come on, we've been around for more than 10 years. Figure it out.
Isn't that fucking hard? Hey, it's Devil Stubble. Sign out.